actually, I'm working on an album right now. It's called One Love One Life. It's for the to raise awareness for lung cancer awareness, and lung cancer funding and research, things like that. Because I myself am a lung cancer survivor. So with that album, there's the Toronto East General Hospital, Lung Association of Canada, and the Cancer Survivor Network also have come aboard to help me get this message out, finish this album, and put it out. And because we're trying to put that album out to on the radio and everything like that, but also have a lot of the proceeds going towards lung cancer research and awareness. So that's my main focus. I'm also working on another album that's going to be EDM dance, and that one we're trying to push. We're going to be doing more in the UK as well as North America.
Will that be your first time performing in Europe?
Yes, it will be actually. So all of these things are my first projects, but I'm doing them at the same time because when I was going through lung cancer, I had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to plan, and with my team, we've just been working hard, and so we're going to be pushing these 3 albums around the same time, but getting many different audiences, a lot of great music.
Wow, so 2023, it's quite a journey, quite a struggle. So did all that influence your music?
Most definitely. Before I was always doing music. Like we started doing music as a company and as a team since 2007, and we just continued growing. Songs that couldn't be a song, we passed on, and now every time we make a song, it's a hit every single time. That's what we focus on doing, making hits that can be heard on the radio. Because we also want to work with a lot of different artists, not just myself, because I'm very versatile. I can do very different genres. But we're trying to work with a lot of people, so this is all really practice.
Who are your influences? Who influenced you to get into music?
Mostly I would say my cousin Hayden, because we listen to a lot of Hayden Neal from Jackson, yeah. And because we listen to a wide range of different people's music and production and everything like that. And I look at their songwriting as well very hard too. And with him, we just saw that our cousin was out there doing music in Canada and putting it out and building something, and then he passed away with lung cancer, so it was very hard for our family, and I just felt like I want to take over what he was doing. I want to start doing something out there that people see. Eventually I had lung cancer myself when I was 21, and then now I'm over it, getting to do what I want to do, 23, and starting with the One Lung One Life campaign. We're raising awareness. Anyone could go on igg.me/@1 lung 1 life, and that's where you could donate.
Well, it was nice meeting you. We're looking forward to the performance tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything you'd like to say to your audience?
You can follow my journey on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, all of those things. Just go to @IamJosephNeal. So that's the @ IamJosephNeale. You can stay tuned to my entire journey, or you can go to Geo7 TV. That's where we do our production, songwriting, things like that. Just follow my journey. Stay on board with us because we're going all over the world.
So, how are you?
Well, and yourself?
Good. So, what are you working on these days?
Well, I'm working on a project, an album, or an EP. So we'll see what it ends up being, but I'm working on releasing my first single right now. It's called Freedom. Super excited about it.
Yeah, sounds good. And you were saying some of your influences were like Mariah, Whitney, Celine.
Yes.
So put them all in the ring. Who's going to come out as these vocalists in your opinion?
They're all so similar yet so different. They've got different tones. Honestly, I grew up listening to all 3 of them. I don't know, that's really tough. I love them all equally. I was belting Whitney was like my first artist really that I started listening to. I fell in love with her song. That's how I started.
So that it's got me along with the office, just lay under the stars and tell me just who we are.
So what would you say was one of your favorite performances? For you?
Oh, for me?
Yeah, like where do you find them all best places? What kind of venues? Are you into the small intimate nightclubs? Do you like the big stadium audiences? What gets your heart?
It all depends on the crowd, to be honest. It doesn't matter. I can perform in a backyard, and if the crowd's pumped and they're feeling it. Actually, one of my favorites was a drunk crowd. as funny as that sounds, but it was a drunk crowd, and they just didn't care, and they were just jamming my music, and they were so into it, and that's what I love, to be honest. That's right. Yeah.
So what's coming up for you in the future?
In the future, as I said, I'm trying to release this project right now, and working on getting signed or possibly starting something independent, but I just know that I want to be touring and making a living out of this. I've done it for far too long not to be. So.
Best, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. What can we expect on the new CD?
For sure expect, I've been writing a lot of songs, a lot of them are collaborations with other producers, and yeah, just keep listening and it's gonna be fun.
Your top 3 influences.
Top 3, I'd say John Mayer, The Script, and Ed Sheeran.
Is there any particular era of John Mayer that you like?
I like the Continuum album by him, that was my favorite one. I found it was the one I could relate the most That would be I'd love to work with John Mayer. He writes great songs, great guitar player, great vocalist, and he's my ideal.
Where do your preferences lie between composing and performance?
For me, when I compose, it has to be something that I can relate to, like do someone else's experience or do my own. And when I perform it, I always have to deliver it in a way that tells the audience the same thing, so they get exactly the message I'm trying to convey. And I always try to make it clear.
Yeah, you play like a lot of audiences. What's your way to get into your zone for a show?
It's my zone. I always like to go to the place before I actually perform the show, because I just like to get an idea of where I'm going to move or what I'm actually going to do and where the audience is going to be standing and how I'm going to interact with them. I like smaller crowds because I find those audiences more intimate.
Great. And now what was your process of writing? You composed them all?
Yeah, I composed the music and I wrote all the lyrics for them. Some of them I've started with the music first if I felt inspired by a certain melody. I kind of make it my own and create the song that way, or sometimes I figure out the lyrics first and then figure out which music suits it best.
You compose mostly on guitar?
I do. Usually it's always on guitar or the piano. If not, if I don't have one of those available, whether I'm outdoors or somewhere else where the guitar isn't there, I just think about it in my head usually, but it always leads back to the guitar. So,
tell me a song that you think is, or an album or song that is underrated. Something that you like, something you think is very great put together to get its due.
For me, that would be Gravity by John Mayer, that song.
Well, that was a hit.
I feel like it wasn't. I still feel like that album is underrated. Well, the album itself, the song was a hit, but I feel like the album could have used
what's a song on that album that you think should have gotten more airplay, should have had, higher acclaim?
Say What You Need to Say. It's one of them. Great lyrics, and I think just the whole composition